I have a wedding dress in my closet, and this is aspirational. If I do find the man of my dreams who will accept me wholeheartedly for who I am and what I am, then this is a possibility for me. I've got a deeper love inside. Hey Daddy, how was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend has been crazy. It's been action-packed, and I'm just happy that it's over with because I'm gearing up for something very special.
Very special. Well, my weekend was nice. I went out and did the whole walking in the sun thing. I got heat rashes. That was not cute. Woke up this morning, I was like, what is this on my face? But I think I'll survive. I don't think you can see much of it, but
yeah, I didn't even notice until you said something because, like, you're just stunning. So
I don't feel that way today. But let's get into this pose episode. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. All right, from the beginning, what were your thoughts? Like the opening scene, Elektra being rich all of a sudden out of the blue.
Out of the blue, I was like, talking about she was always presenting stunning, but when she walked into this big ass mansion of a house, I was like,
in New York City, that type of house runs millions.
A penthouse at that.
She had a whole balcony. I was like, how much money do you have?
This bitch, I was like, time out. She walked in and was just like, okay, do you take cash? I'm like, Elektra got it? And I was just trying to figure out how, not from some phone sex operating business.
Oh,
like,
yeah. It was
how?
Like, definitely not from that. But then we later find out that she got in touch with that character from back in the day that helped her, cremate the guy that died. She got in touch with that character. That character was like, you know what? You can make some money working with the mob. Elektra's like, I'm in. Set up a meeting. She goes, and it just blows up for her. All of a sudden, Elektra is branching out the phone sex operating business. She has all over the freaking country. She's even going to expand to Canada. Like, bring the money over here.
Yes, get that coin.
And she's wealthy now. Like, not just rich, but like,
no, she's
rich.
She's a rich bitch, okay? Like, rich. And let me just say this real quick, because in the intro, as she was sitting there talking to the person that helped, put the body in the bag, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I just have to say this, stunning with the fit. Like, stunning. Like, I was like, if she already had this presented without the money, now imagine what she's going to look like with all this money. Now she's really going to elevate to a higher level. Now she's going to have a lot more name brand stuff than she already did. So I'm here for Elektra.
That blue fur she had on in that one scene, I know that it's Beyonce fur. Well, not made by Beyonce. Like, it's not but Beyonce wore it before her.
Bitch, you know what? Get the shoes, baby. Get the shoes.
Get the shoes. I am loving all of it. It kind of feels a little far-fetched, if I'm being honest. The storyline of this, it's like, okay, all of a sudden you have all this money, you're with the mob, yada, yada, yada.
It was
Does
so
it
quick.
really make sense for this storyline, for the show itself? Does it all go together? I don't know, but I'm enjoying it.
Well, I mean, she did say she was, she went to a psychic. And she was the reincarnated version of
that was kind of cute and funny. That was kind of
like,
cute.
You better work, bitch. Eating caviar once a day.
I wish I had that lifestyle. Like, I have caviar taste.
Ooh, period. I don't even like caviar. I don't even eat fish.
Are we okay?
My phone has been blowing up a lot lately.
Someone's like, you should put that on airplane mode. Like, tell it, like, so they don't bother you.
Exactly. And the thing is,
is it on airplane mode though?
And even when I take it off, it's somehow still. It's just. Anyways.
Okay, we're gonna have an interesting show today. All right. Now, we also see Angel and, sorry, I'm calling by his real name, Papi,
Yeah.
and, Angel. They're together.
Yeah.
We're seeing their storyline, how it's playing out. Yes, they have a good job and they have a nice little thing going on.
Yeah.
But I was surprised that they didn't have enough money to have a proper wedding, but yet they were paying for this expensive apartment because their apartment looks pricey.
It does, especially back in 1994, and you have that big of a space. So y'all doing pretty well for you, especially Papi. He's doing really, really well. So just to hear about like how Angel just wanted to have this wedding in the wintertime, and it was interesting. It was very interesting to say the least.
I too love a winter wedding. Would I have one? Probably not. It just seems like a lot of work. But I thought it was interesting that they didn't have enough money to do a wedding. They wanted to do a little quick thing at the courthouse, which was fine. There's nothing wrong with that. His reaction to Elektra wanting to pay for the wedding, I was like, what is this? What is this toxic masculinity vibe I'm getting? Like, a woman can't pay for a wedding?
He went off. Like, granted, I understand where he was coming from, right? Being a man, being prideful, it feels like, he even said it in the show that he feels like he can't provide, and he doesn't want the marriage to start off like he can't provide to take care of his soon-to-be wife. So I get the pride thing. But when they broke it down to Papi, Blanca and Elektra broke it down to Papi, like, look, she will be the first. This is huge. Like this is something, like, this is a staple in our community. And she also brought up the ballroom scene, how they created the category for them to just feel the fantasy of actually getting married. So the fact that it's happening really, it touched me, because I was like, you know what? Like y'all breaking it down to this young man and letting him know it's a bigger picture. And plus, Elektra got the money. Elektra don't care. Elektra done bought Blanca new furniture.
I love how she handled the situation, though, because Elektra normally just blows up on you, right off the bat. But she was really calm. She was like, let me just explain this to you, because at the end of the day, you're still my child. I don't know if Elektra would be considered Papi's mom or grandma, because I think Blanca is Papi's mom and Elektra is Blanca's mom, so like, okay. Either way,
I think they're just both moms.
Elektra is Papi's grandma, but Angel's mother. This is a very weird family dynamic, guys.
Yeah, it's come on, abundance of Evangelista.
I love how she explained, like, as you were saying, it's not just, it is your day, but at the end of the day, this is big for Angel to have this moment.
Yeah.
Huge. So I really appreciated that. I like when Elektra had got all this wealth, she wasn't like, I'm Mother Elektra, I'm gorgeous, I'm fabulous, and all y'all can go suck it. Because she could have done that. It's within her personality to do that. But she was like, no, I'm going to take care of my kids. She cleared out all that ugly ass thrift store, side of the road, curbside furniture that Blanca had, and gave her a beautiful dining set and all new furniture. I was really pleased to see that.
Yeah, that really touched my heart. She was like, girl, it's time for you to step it up. And then also the value of the table too. She was like, I know family dinners mean the world to you. So it was like she really thought about everything and she planned it out. Elektra is very smart. Even with Lulu, because I was so glad to see Lulu return on the screen.
I was really happy to see her come back. I still haven't seen much of Damon, but in the comment section, I heard someone was mentioning that Damon has family issues, like in his personal life. So he was not able to shoot a lot of this season, which is pretty sad to me, because he was like a huge part of the show. He had a huge storyline for the first 2 seasons. And now we're not really seeing him. We don't really know what's going on. It's like he had an addiction, and then you saw him talk to Pray Tell, and then he disappeared.
He just disappeared after the O.J. Simpson
Speaking of Pray Tell, just like a quick sidebar, did you see the article in the Hollywood Reporter?
Yes! I was living for Billy Porter. You shared it. That's actually how I saw it, because you shared it. And I was like, wow, it's commendable. Billy Porter is just to come out and share his story about himself and everything was just so touching, and I love that. Like, you can go.
First of all, his photos are bomb. Like, he looked amazing.
Sickening.
First of all, he looked great. When I read the article, I was like, this is brave and this is pretty powerful. I mean, 14 years of knowing your status, living with that secret, you know, obviously people knew. His partner probably and people close to him, but his mom didn't even know.
That's a lot to like. You know what? I just find it interesting because maybe due to his episode, which was an amazing episode with his backstory, he probably felt personal about it and probably took it personally because it was like, if this character is bold enough and brave enough to say this to his own family, I should be able to take this quality of this character that I'm portraying and utilize that in my own life, which is so brave and commendable. So I just want to give him a round of applause. He is an amazing Black man, and I just value that. So 10s across the board for Brave Paul and Billy Porter.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. I'm happy he did it.
Yeah.
But on the same, you know, in the same breath, I was a little bit disappointed that, and I even said this on my podcast yesterday, like, how come none of these cast members are really, like, coming out in support of his, you know, revelation?
Yeah.
I thought that was a little shady. I mean, a few people did. A few of them did, like MJ Rodriguez and the guy that plays Billy Porter's boyfriend on the show. They posted his photo from the photo shoot on their stories. However, none of them really said, you know what, Billy Porter is a cast member of mine, he's a friend of mine, I'm really happy that he feels comfortable enough to speak on his situation right now. We support him, we love him. I didn't get any of that. And that left me feeling like the rumors are true. They're not friends. None of them are friends. They're all just co-workers. I know back maybe a year or two ago, there was this little Twitter thing between the character that plays Angel and Billy Porter because Billy Porter said something to her interviewer that they didn't like. But now that I'm really seeing that these people are not friends in real life, they're like, we work together and
co-workers. That's it.
Yeah, now I feel like, okay, just end the show. I'm ready for it to be done now.
I'd be like, all right, now since
y'all ain't friends in real life, y'all on the show talking about family. I know you're playing characters and your real life is different. However, for the purpose of my pleasure and my viewing, I need to know that people who are on TV, you know, talking about family and blah blah blah, they're actually family.
You know what? I've had experiences like that where I worked with people where they talk about family being a unit, as you know, and I got up out of there. I was like, because y'all all thinking and press on nails, like, so I'm good just with that.
Well, let's see what else happened. Okay, they went dress shopping. This was a really powerful scene as well. It was a beautiful scene because they were, you know, Angel was trying on dresses. And everyone was really, you know, here for it. They were having a great time. We had that beautiful montage of everyone trying on gowns. They all looked amazing, by the way. Every single one of them. Loved that.
Elektra was serving them up.
No shade because they're all beautiful women, but Elektra, like, she wears a garment. A garment doesn't wear her.
Period.
When she puts something on, it's hers. And you cannot deny it. It's like, model.
Oh, literally, when they were going around the whole 360, I was like, Elektra just was eating them up. Like,
I mean,
stunning. We can see why she is the reincarnated version.
Like, she no shade to nobody else, but she, as you said, she ate. Yeah. But that guy, the manager for the boutique, that was interesting.
It was due simply to the fact that the employee, he was clearly a gay Black man. So I was like, okay, so this is an establishment where they accept people, right? That was my first thought immediately. They accept people here. So just to see that interaction happen was just so weird. Like this white man coming up to this beautiful black trans woman and saying that y'all got to get up out of here for real women. Blanca was like, we are women, no, real women. And I love, because we all know Elektra sips and
you know
reads.
She's getting ready to read.
Sips and reads. That's my whole new thing. I'm gonna tweet it out. Sip and read. Like that's exactly what she did. How did you feel about it?
I thought it was interesting that when they purchased the garment, they're like, this is the one I want. The sales associate came out and said, okay, the owner would like to come see you and thank you for your business.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes out and immediately clocks everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't think it's that easy to clock all of them, because they look fine to me. There's nothing about any of them that I would see walking down the street and be like, that's
they're
suspicious.
clockable, you know? Like,
especially for the 90s. I'm like, how you just come out and all of a sudden every single person in this room is not what
trans.
It seems.
Yeah, like,
you know?
Which I thought was so absurd. And then even then, before even Elektra read his ass to filth,
she was literally really trying to make it a civilized interaction. Like, you don't have to respect us, you don't have to care for us, but respect our business.
Exactly, like it's just
let's
a card.
Call it a day.
And that shows growth in Elektra too, because we all know the old Elektra would have just read his ass to filth beforehand. Exactly. So yeah, she's starting to warm my heart a lot more. Like, definitely.
I'm really loving her this season. Even though she doesn't really handle things the best way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of the show, when they were having dinner after Elektra paid for Blanca's new furniture, and she was like getting in on Lulu, like, why are you
busting windows
had
to go?
Because I'm glad she was doing that, because no one else seems to be doing it. Lulu's like, I'm clean now, but Elektra's like, no, you're not. I can tell. And why are you with this guy that's really not going to help
the bouncer?
Yeah. So I like to see her being a mother, even though she was kind of giving that same old Elektra twist where she's tough love. But at the same time, it's love. And you can't deny that she's doing it because she cares.
Yeah. I just love the fact that, because they all were like, okay, what Blanca gets this, what do I get? What do I get? Immediately, Elektra said, rehab. I was like, right, bitch. Like, you need to go
that's
to
what
rehab.
you deserve. Like, that's what you
need. I was like, if Pray Fool's going, you could go too. Period.
Hey, you're not above it. You're not above it at all.
Like,
so, after that scene, they all left. Elektra read him for filth.
Period. They should have just mopped everything. Like Lulu wanted.
Like, in the moment, I was like, are they gonna hit him?
Lulu was ready.
Lulu wanted it. If they did, I wouldn't have been mad. But Elektra left. Yeah. She said, it's not the last time you're gonna see me, and she was not wrong. We're gonna talk about that. Now,
baby.
At that point, we're seeing them have a whole spa day. She buys out the entire spa for the day, and it's just her and her daughters. They're doing this whole pampering thing. It was beautiful.
She got money. She got money.
This whole episode just has me wondering, how much money do you really have? Because the house, the furniture, the clothes. She went shopping, and it's like she had a town car.
The spa. She said she bought it out
for clothes. Then get a cab to put the clothes in.
Exactly. Like, and on top of that, you got like over 1,000 something trophies. They gonna fuck up the whole decor. So it's like, girl, like, what are you getting? Like, where's money? Like, I didn't know the mafia back then had, you know.
For sure, they had a lot of money. I mean, look at
right.
Let me not call them name. But they had money back then. I didn't know she was getting that much of it, though, because she's just someone they filtered money through.
Yeah, true. Very much true.
So the spa moment was beautiful.
Oh, I loved it.
I want to talk about Papi for a second, because Papi got some really interesting news. Ex-girlfriend, sister, the ex-girlfriend sister comes by to his office. The first thought I had when that happened, it was like, I don't want when I make it somebody who I left in my past to be coming up in my workplace because I left you there for a reason.
I'll be damned if I see my ex pop up ever in my life. So I felt that. I'll be like, what the hell you doing here? Like, so yeah.
Yeah. But she comes, they have a coffee and whatnot. She explains to Papi that the sister's dead and the sister had a son, 5 years old, and the son belongs to Papi. My first thought was, because Papi was like, okay, bring me to the kid. I want to see my son. My first thought is this, and I don't know if it's horrible or not. I'm just saying this is what I would have done. I would have been like, okay, you say this is my child, no problem. Let's do a DNA test. If it's my child, then you can introduce me to the child. But I wouldn't want to go meet the child.
Agreed.
And get attached and have feelings and all these things, and then there's a possibility it's not mine. Even though you're saying, oh, my sister was a drug head, but she would never go around with random people.
Yeah.
You can't guarantee that. If you are addicted to cocaine and heroin, it's very possible that you can do things for the drugs, and this baby could be a result of that. It's not guaranteed that it's my child.
Exactly. I second that. I made a face because it's like my first thoughts immediately were like, is it really? Because Papi said it himself, I wrap my shit up all the time. There's no way. And I felt you on that, Papi. Like, bro, I felt you on that. Like, there's no way. So I was like, come on. So like, you right, Dana, you need to pull out Dana because I need a receipt. I need concrete proof that this is actually my child, right? But he decided, because Papi is he's hard, but at the same time he's also soft. So he's like,
I feel like the reason why Papi didn't even try to dispute it, because yeah, I wrap everything up, I get that, but he's like, all right, I guess it's mine then.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's like maybe Papi wants a child, but Papi knows he can never have one with Angel.
Correct.
So even if it's not his, he's willing to take the risk and accept this child because then he can still be a father and have the full family that he's always wanted. Yeah. And he won't feel as if he is, compromising one for the other. Because it's like you have the love of your life, Angel, but you can never have that biological child with the love of your life.
Which is really like, because we're going to get to that point in time with that scene. But when he decided to go with the sister to go see the child, and Mighty Morphin's Power Rangers popped up. I got a little throwback because I used to love Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as a kid. All right, come on, Billy the Blue Ranger. But it was interesting to see how he broke down.
Oh yeah,
so quickly. Like he tried to keep it together. Acting skills are great this season, but like
I feel like everyone has been going to classes and everyone's really trying to pull out the stops. They're not trying to just be, oh, we're just a bunch of young actors that don't really know anything. We're doing a thing.
Yeah,
I like that.
Definitely, yeah. But just to see it, and the little boy was just like, my mom, I'm building a home for my mom up in heaven. So I already knew in his mind, he was like, damn, because you know this person, you were intimate with the person, this is your ex. It's like, I can understand why he was trying to keep it together. So I didn't cry this episode.
In that scene, I felt a little emotional. I was like, oh, this is really sad.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna cry for it. Sorry.
Yeah, it was touchy.
We also see that Elektra kept her word, and she said to that man, this isn't the last time you're gonna hear from me from the bridal shop. She got her mob friends to go and mop the entire store. They didn't hurt the man. They just held him down and they took every single dress out of his store.
Fucking thing.
Everything. They cleared it out. Elektra got some for her and her girlfriends, and everything else the mobsters went and sold it to whoever.
Yeah, which I thought was just so. All right, she did that, okay, and she even said she could have mopped everything without their help, but
Yeah, but she's like, I'm a rich woman now. I shall not be involved in anything illegal.
Right. So
illegal. Her whole wealth is from illegal activities.
Exactly. But the way she gathered all these beautiful trans women to have the feast,
I love that so much.
Oh my god!
That scene was so beautiful to me.
It was so amazing. It was just like you get to see all these beautiful people that share the same experience, something that a lot of people will not understand, especially in the era that they're in, all come as a collective. I thought what Elektra did was beautiful, just to have that, just to show support. Like, because in the beginning of the season, there are two people sitting next to Blanca, I believe, that belong to House of Khan, right?
Right.
And we all know they had their little issues or whatever and beef in the ballroom world, which we're not getting
Yeah,
a lot of
like
ballroom scenes.
even I mean, we're not getting a lot of ballroom scenes, but as you're saying with the beef, I feel like part of it was for Elektra to stunt on the other queen, on the other trans woman, and another part was let me share this experience with you all because I know that a lot of you walking the balls, you all dream of being rich, dream of having furs, dream of having a man that loves you for the woman you are, and dream of having that fairy tale wedding and that family life. But you know you probably will never have it because AIDS is killing us.
Yeah.
Men are killing us. Police are killing us.
Yep.
The healthcare system's killing us. We don't have anything. So
but each other moment, at that point, yeah.
Right. So this was like, let me give back to my community moment, and let me stunt on these other houses moment.
Period. And then when they were giving their speeches and Blanco talked, and then just the way Angel talked, it was just like, it really warmed my heart. But then I started screaming once Elektra was like, let me get you these dresses, girl.
Everyone got a wedding dress, which I think was amazing.
You get a dress. Come on,
Oprah. Because I don't think they will all be able to wear a wedding dress to her wedding because I'm like, that's a little much. Yeah, but at least everyone can go back home and say, I have a wedding dress in my closet. And this is aspirational. If I do find the man of my dreams who will accept me wholeheartedly for who I am and what I am, then this is a possibility for me. They probably don't have a lot of great jobs where they can go and afford a couple $1,000, price tag wedding dress, but now they have that dream dress in the back of their closet waiting for that moment.
Which is so beautiful because now it gives them hope. She really gave all these beautiful women hope to like Angel can do it, I can do it, we all can do it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we can all succeed in life. We don't have to sit here and hope for it. Like even Blanca, she loved her man Chris because like when she was doing her nails, my man Chris.
I clocked that too. I was like, because it was a montage, you really didn't hear much talking, but I saw that moment. I'm like, at least they kind of put that in there, like, she's talking about Chris.
Yeah, she like even taking it back, rewinding real quick when she was like, "Oh, let's get dressed for everybody." She was like, I didn't even think marriage was hopeful until I met Chris, and it's not about me. Da, da, da. Girl, shut your ass up and put this dress on. So yeah,
there's a weird way that they write the script for Blanca's character. Even when they were having dinner and Elektra was like cursing out, what's her name? I keep forgetting. The one that's having the drug problem.
Lulu.
And I was like, Lily, Lala? No, it's not that. Yeah. Lulu. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
When they were having that argument, Blanca was like, oh, guys, can we not do this? Can we just, be grateful for this amazing, beautiful meal or something? She said something, and my first thought
about
is,
Candy.
Who talks like that? Yeah, well, they talked about Candy, but I was like, Who talks like that? The way they write the script for Blanca to speak, she speaks like... I don't think anyone just talks like that. It doesn't make sense to me for a young girl to talk like how she talks. But you talked about Candy. Lulu did mention that the reason why she's having such a hard time with drugs is because Candy was really close to her and she's still grieving.
She was like, Candy was close to us all. And it was like,
I mean, it's facts, but Lulu has a point.
Yeah, it was.
Because they were like inseparable.
They were. They definitely were. They were, hands down. But damn, this episode just had me up and down and round again.
It had me all over the place, but I really enjoyed a lot of it. It just felt like a little fairy tale-y, though. It just didn't feel like something that would have really happened. Kind of reminded me of like a Dynasty or a Bold and the Beautiful type of soap opera from back in the day. It just feels like, no, this ain't gonna happen in real life. So they go to a strip club nearing the end. They're having a blast.
Ooh.
That scene was really fun. All the girls were enjoying
They were.
themselves. You know, making it rain, all them dollars, all that
Period.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Now comes a time for Papi to have that discussion with Angel about the son that he just found out he had.
Child.
This scene, when I watched it, I was like, I felt conflicted because I'm like, I get it, the reaction she gave, and then I'm like, how dare you? How could you?
It's a lot to take in, though. You know, it is a lot to take in, especially, all right, like, you have to think about it from where she's coming from. She just spent this whole day getting pampered. She was around
Getting
her
all this
sisters,
love. Yeah.
this love and everything. So just imagine, like, you're about to have this big celebration in your life. And this is bigger than what the ceremony is. This means a lot to a community, what their marriage would mean. So just to have that in the back of your mind, you just been surrounded by this love, and just to hear something about you having a child, and it's like, it just probably everything just dawned on her immediately. It just was just like, my hopes, my dreams, everything I wanted. I'm not ready to be a mother. I still have my sobriety that I need to keep in check. And it was like, I get where Angel was coming from. So, you know, on the other hand, I felt bad for Papi, because it's like, damn, this storyline, man, this is going to be very interesting, to say the least. I have a lot of conflicting thoughts on this.
I agree with you. I totally see where Angel's coming from. Angel probably never saw herself as a mother. You know, she probably thought, if I would ever be a mother, it would be to some gay kids or some LGBTQ kids that I'm going to be like, you know, mother of the house. She probably never envisioned herself having a young child to raise at all.
Yeah.
She's, as you said, going through sobriety. She's really working on it. It's not easy. It's not just, you don't get up one day and just drugs
and just
done.
magically bounce back.
You know,
like,
it's a journey. Even if you get up one day and you say, I'm going to quit cold turkey, you still have a lot of days when you're craving it, when you're going through sweats and all these type of things, and you're having a hard time mentally.
Yeah.
So it's hard to bring that into a household.
Yeah.
So I totally got everything that she was saying, but when Papi went on his knees and he's like, please, what do you want me to do? Beg you? I've been there for you through everything, which is not a lie. And all I'm asking you to do is be there for me now. I don't know if the right thing was for him to want the child to come and live with them right away.
Yeah.
But then if he is the father, then you can't, where are you going to put the kid? You're going to want the kid to live
just leave him with his aunt. Yeah, just going to leave with his aunt. But at the same time, it's like, I get exactly where Papi is coming from. And I get exactly where Angel is coming from. Now, how is this going to take a toll for the future with their storyline and their wedding and how things are going to
they will still get married?
Oh, hands down, yes. I think eventually Angel is going to come around.
Yeah, I think they'll have to come up with a solution.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about that specific thing, like how is the child going to fit in. They're going to find a way to make it work. Blanca is going to step in if she has to, and they're going to find a way to make it work. She's mother, like overall mother. The only thing I'm worried about with the wedding is how is it going to be a legally binding wedding? Because you know that it's just now in the States that trans women are able to go and change their sex on their IDs and change their names and all these things. I mean, you could have always changed your name from a long time ago, but now you can change, you know, that F to M or that M to F, and that's a huge deal.
Yeah, like
that's a huge deal in itself. And then it's only crazy. You know, so how will it be a legally binding thing? Will they have to forge Angel's ID?
Like, that's like
fake ID.
Yeah, because even with the ID and it says, you know, gender M, so it's like same-sex marriage even then wasn't even allowed. It literally back in 2015 when it happened for it to pass, all around, the United States for everybody to be legally binding for them to get married. Like,
wait, is it even the 50 states or is it like some? I don't even know.
No, it's all 50.
Okay, because America is
like
weird that way, where it's like sometimes they pass a law and it's like, oh, these 5 states are not into it though.
No. I remember it was like a historical moment in our history, and I could be wrong, but I'm gonna double check my facts. But I believe I'm right. So if I'm not, somebody check me in the comments.
I'm in Canada, and I know it's legal everywhere here.
But in 2015, yes, I believe it was 2015 in June. Yeah, 2015 June, Gemini season. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, as you said, Angel's ID is going to be saying male.
Yeah.
It wasn't legal for 2 males to get married, so they couldn't do it that way. But Angel is a woman. She's a female, and so she doesn't have an ID to match that, though. So how will it be a legally binding thing? I'm thinking they have to get it forged, or they're going to have a ceremony, but there will be no legally binding documents.
Yeah.
They'll just exchange the rings and know that you're my person, I'm your person.
Yeah.
But in the eyes of the law,
we're not technically married.
Yeah, we're nothing.
Which is kind of crazy to think about, because it's like you can live your whole life having a ceremony and having everything for everybody else, but legally binding, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, like, oh, child, this is some tea. This is interesting. I'm here for this season.
I'm here for it. I'm here for all the fashion I'm seeing. I'm here for all the storylines. It feels like everyone is getting, all the main characters are getting a huge storyline. They're getting a big production. They're getting their stories wrapped up. We saw Pray Tell. We saw Elektra get her backstory. This was a lot about Elektra this season, this episode too.
Yeah.
It felt like it was about Papi and Angel, but then Elektra was getting a lot of attention because I guess she's playing a large role in their future, their financial futures. So they had to do this. There's like maybe 2 or 3 episodes left. I'm interested to see how they're going to wrap everything up, and I'm interested to see if Damon will ever come back to wrap up his storyline. Because it would be sad if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Who else? I mean, I feel like those are the main characters. Blanca, Damon, Elektra, Papi, Angel, and Pray Tell. Everyone else is kind of like a secondary character. So
like Ricky, Lulu, so it's like, but even then, I would like to see some interaction with Pray Tell and Ricky, because last I recall, he yelled at him saying, "Get out!" So
he yelled at him and told him to get
out,
and then Ricky moved in with Elektra. But I don't see Ricky in any of these scenes, like in the house because somewhere.
If you move, where Ricky at?
Unless Elektra is paying for the old apartment and Ricky's living in there, which would be really nice,
For Ricky.
Nice for Ricky. I tell you what, Mr. House of Khan must be kicking himself for leaving Elektra's side, because now he could have been living large.
Right, Lamar's probably like, this bitch is about to eat me up. And he knows, because the people in his house was there.
Everybody knows at this point. But I can just imagine how bad he feels knowing that Elektra was his mom from day one, picked him up off the streets with Angel and Chubby. You turn on your mother, and just as you turn, Elektra just became a millionaire out of the blue. And Elektra always takes care of her own. Look at everybody right now. Everyone's living large, eating meals they've never eaten before.
Yeah. Period. Like, looking stunning, having the girls together. Lamar somewhere boo-hooing for real. So,
as he should be.
Period. Because he was really being but yeah. I'm just so sad that we only have a few episodes left. Like,
I'm sad, but as I told you earlier, I'm kind of glad that we're done with this, because they're not friends in real life, and I don't want to watch these people not be friends and be like just acting.
Yeah,
I want my actors to be friendly.
Right, Michael, you look stunning. Like, you look stunning. Okay, like, always stunning.
Oh Lord, I don't know about all that right now. because I'm seeing it in my, and people always come for me in the comments. You're like, you're not looking in the lens and blah blah. And I know I look at myself. But I'm sorry. But yeah. What would you rate this entire season episode? Like, I would give this a strong 9. It was an episode that made me feel good. There wasn't a lot of sadness in it. There was a lot of joy, and I like to see it. Everyone was having a good time. I didn't see anyone popping a pill, snorting something. You know, there was a little death, but it wasn't any of the main characters. There's a little surprise, you know, there's a little drama. There's a little conflict, but mostly it was just joy. Yeah.
And this is the reason why I'm going to rate this episode a 10. I'm going to rate it a 10 because it basically checked off everything. It like I said, it put me on a roller coaster. So I was definitely there with my emotions, and I loved it. It just to see Angel and Papi from start talk about having a small intimate wedding to transition to getting a big wedding, to transition again. It was like a roller coaster. And then Elektra being this newfound woman and coming into her glory.
Speaking of newfound woman, not Elektra buying a male prostitute and like, I'm done with you. Get up out my bed, leaving crumbs on my good sheet.
She was like, get your ass out here. He was like, I'm starting to love you. She was like, it feels good to be on the other side. Bye.
I'm starting to love Elektra all of a sudden. Like, she was paying you to just be here as a, you know. How you fall in love so quick? Because you're eating duck liver, you fall in love all of a sudden? You getting some good food?
And she read him too. She read him for film. I was like,
he looked good though. I'm like, Elektra has taste. It was a nice looking piece of person.
The beautiful chocolate man. That's literally what I thought to myself. I'm so sorry. What I thought to myself.
Where did you? I wouldn't even have thought of that.
Literally what I thought to myself.
You're crazy.
Oh, man. I know.
I love this episode. It was really fun. I can't wait for next week. Final thoughts.
Oh my God, the season will soon be coming to an end. I really, really want to see Damon, and I wish him well and his family well. And I'm so happy for Billy Porter with everything he's been doing. And overall, this episode was amazing. I loved it, and I can't wait to see more of what Elektra's going to do to help out with the community, and also what Angel's going to do about the situation with Papi and his son. So let's get it.
Let's get it. Until next time, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share if you care, click that notification bell, and go follow Daddy. Bye. Hey, beautiful humans. I have so much more content. Come on, watch my shit.